Alright, alright, alright. I think we're ready. So, we are on live, and this week it's gonna be a Saturday live because I'm gonna work tomorrow, so I probably don't have the energy to stream as well. So what we're doing today is these very basic Sunburst squares, because I have a lot of yarn, and this is a color pack which has a lot of the small, like 10-gram yarn skeins, which I ordered for another project because I wanted to have it very much color coded, and therefore I have all of this yarn, and I'm gonna make a Sunburst. I'm probably gonna make it maybe a wall hanging piece, or if I am able to make enough, then a blanket. But in general, these are what we're making. I made one single colored one, so just to test that one of these will make one, but we can also make multicolored ones, and we will make multicolored ones as well. And because I have so many colors, I am happy to let you all pitch in and choose colors which would go together. But let's start the first one. I'm gonna go with the pink yarn, and I have like many pinks, many blues, greens, browns, different type of yarns. There's over 100 colors that we have available at the moment, so whatever you want to say pair with this one, just let me know and I will make it happen. So yeah, I picked a very basic Sunburst pattern because I find it very easy to make, and because it is easy to make, it also comes up pretty fast. If you haven't done any Sunburst, I highly recommend it, and you can find the chart basically anywhere from the internet, so there's a lot of YouTube tutorials to make this one. But what we do, so in the first one we will make 16 double crochet, US terms mind you, US terms, double crochets in a magic loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will make some clusters and puff stitch in the next rounds, and we can change color in every round, or we can, you know, make the first 2 rounds with the same color, then change, and then change something else. Also, on top of the basic Sunburst, I always add a round at the very end, so I just make single crochets around this because I find it easier to attach these to each other with the border rather than being without border. So it is Saturday and it's like 4 p.m. where I live, so maybe even an evening stream. We can spend a couple of hours doing this. If you want to see something else, just let me know. I have a lot of projects. Hello. I have a lot of projects, ongoing projects, and this is a new one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. Yeah, so Sunbursts. I think I have enough yarn to make this a blanket, but it will be a very, very, very colorful one. How are you today? It's weekend and all. I'm gonna do another round with the pink one, and then we will change the color. And I was thinking about that maybe you could all help me with the colors, because I have a lot. I will show you. So whatever you want to see, I probably have it. So let's just pick whatever you want to say. I'm good. I'm good. Enjoying the Saturday. It's a good weather, but they promised a storm for the weekend. So it's not gonna last long. The sun is shining and the yarn is splitting as per usual. So this is cotton yarn, not the easiest to work with, but because I have it, I'm gonna use it, and because I have a small skein of every color. Yeah, this is like I ordered a box of colors for the small ones for another project to see the actual colors, because these were not available in the nearby store, and it was for sale in Amazon. So I was like, well, let's just see the colors, you know. And I ordered the color box, and now I have over 100 different colors of these small yarn skeins, which individually don't do much, but together we can have a very, very, very colorful, probably a blanket if I have enough yarn. So I may not have enough, but I can always add like single colors. I have a bit bigger yarn skeins for like that are left over from another project. I have white, I have gray, I have navy blue, at least, so we can use those to, you know, get it a bit bigger, or add a border if it's too much color. Maybe a one colored border would be good. So how is everyone's weekend? I'm going to work tomorrow, so that's why we are live today rather than Sunday. And I'm taking a break from the tapestry project because it's driving me crazy. I am 100 rows done out of 300, so it's getting there, but sometimes those big projects just need to have a little break so that I can stay motivated. Hello, Mina. One, two, and three. So the Sunburst we're doing is just a basic one, so there's no, I haven't added any spice or any variation to it. So if you wish to do something that looks like this, just any YouTube tutorial or chart can be found online as well. So it's not too complicated if you have the basic knowledge of crochet. That's enough. With this is quite thin yarn, so I'm using 3.5. You don't see it. Diddy party. So we're getting close to the end. Now you could give me a color which would go with this pink one for the next round, so we can have a multicolored one. Because I already made one green one just to test if the one skein isn't enough to make one whole one. I made the green one. And it is enough. So I can make single colored ones, but I feel like I maybe want to have multiple colors so that it is actually very colorful. One, two, and three. Any color ideas? Or do I just randomly pick something? I think something blue might be good with this one. And then we can use the rest of the pink with something else. I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick this like a teal color, bluish color for the second round. The yarn is Sheep Yes Katona. Sheep Yes has these nice color packs I'm using for this one. I don't usually plan a project for color pack. I usually order color pack if I want to see the actual colors in person, because not these yarns especially, they are not available in any brick and mortar store in Cork. And therefore I just wanted to see them, and I picked the colors for the previous project based on the color pack. Let's close this ring with the new color and a slip stitch. There's gonna be... oh, I have to slip stitch to the next. There is gonna be a lot of ends to weave in. Chain 2. And 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the third round is made with a double crochet bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will chain 2 between each of them. And this is how we start, like, building the flower. This is a easy pattern if you ask me, and so you can memorize it quite easily. Just make 1 or 2 and you will remember how to do it, so the rest you can do while you watch TV or something like that. You can make some of them slowly if you want to see more precisely, or if you want to try to make like a do-along, if you have yarn and hook available. And please let me know if the music is too loud. I just didn't want to have the silent moments, because it's me speaking alone here, and I may not have enough tales to tell all the time. So here we go, round 3, and this is what we're doing. This is a single colored one, a test piece I did. So we have round 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an extra 5, which is just the border. I have some single colored ones already done in testing purposes. This I made with number 3 hook, but I found it easier to work with 3.5, so there has a bit of size difference, which means I probably will do this one again just to make it the same size. And I'm not known to do very colorful projects in general, but this was like an inspiring pile of yarn. And because they looked all together in the box, I was like, maybe they will look all very like put together and great in a blanket as well. So this is like one of those projects where I hope that the amount of colors is crazy enough to make it actually look nice. Because sometimes I find color work very hard to do, very hard to find the colors that fit together like very well. And the double crochet puff stitch I make with 5. You can make less or more in certain projects as well, but 5 is like something that I can fit into this pretty well. Because we only chained 1 in between the half double crochet clusters we did last round. So there's not too much space between them. And because we are doing the puff stitch between the cluster stitches, I noticed that my tension for today is very tight. So the pieces will have to be blocked quite heavily because it's already bunching up a bit, but it doesn't matter at this point. And this round we will chain 2 in between this to make sure that we don't end up going upwards rather than to the sides, so that we can make it bigger. 3, 4, and 5. Two. 3, 4, and 5. And there's gonna be 16 of these. There was 16 double crochet, 16 half double crochet clusters, and 16 double crochet bubbles. So the amount stays same all the time, so it's easy to remember as well. There's 4 rounds. We did rounds 1 and 2 with the same color, but I think we could make next round also the first round a different color. That would be interesting as well to see how it turns out. I think this is one of those projects that I just want to do as colorful as possible. As long as I have enough, you know, colors. I just think that mixing them, not just different colored squares, but different colors inside squares, to make sure that it's enough color to fit the purpose. And I calculated that I'll be able to do at least like 121 of the squares with the single colors I have here, the little ones. And if we need more, I have a couple of extra skeins, different colors here that are left over from another projects. Actually, they are left over from the tapestry project we did last week, because I changed my mind when I saw those colors and they didn't fit the picture, so I modified it a bit and left those colors out, so I can use them for other purposes. And that's what I mean by color coding in general, and that's also the reason why I had this back ordered last spring. Is the thing that I really wanted to see these colors in person to be able to pick the right ones for my project. But so far it's been sitting on the shelf after the project was finished. So now I'm gonna actually use them, because I hate to have unuseful yarn laying around. I have a stash, that's not what I mean, but most of them has some sort of plan where I'm gonna use them, and these didn't. So I made up the plan. And I actually think this is this is gonna be crazy enough to be brilliant. I've seen someone make a blanket project from these in TikTok, but they made very small one colored squares, and I didn't want to do very small ones because that is gonna end up me quitting the project if they are too small and it requires too much effort. Let's tighten these up a bit. What I also do many times when I change colors is that I just secure them together so that I don't lose the ends at any point. This is gonna be a blanket probably, so I also have to pay attention that the back side is like not beautiful but presentable. It's never gonna be as beautiful as the front side, but presentable. So the knot will be temporary, and we will weave in the ends for each of the pieces. Maybe I'll do a live of that as well, so you can keep me company, because I hate the weaving in process in general. So this project will have like maybe 8 ends to weave in after every square. So hey Said, we are here. You want to pick a next color? We're making a square, so we need a third color for the outside. We are making a blanket or a wall decoration out of these squares, out of these yarns, scraps yarns I have. Purple. Is it like this purple? Is this purple? This is like a wine red. Or this one. Yeah, I think this is good. Or is this purple? Up or down? Yeah, this one. Yeah, great. We'll make this one. Let's cut the blue yarn, or teal. I have so many colors, like same colors, different shades. And some of them I have like a full skein unopened, and some of them have been used for some test pieces or full pieces. Don't really remember. I've had this for a very long time and now I just wanted to use it. And again, we are slip stitching to the between space of the clusters. And we will start making corners, so we will start with a corner straight away. And this will be triple crochet times 3, and then we will chain 3 in between and then triple crochet 3 as well, and that is our corner piece, which makes sure that this will end up being a square rather than round, even though the center of the piece is round. And this works for every round piece you ever make. I've made quite a lot of round pieces, which I still want to end up as a square to be able to join them together without gaps. I was also thinking of like an octagon shape for this one, but I still like... Don't worry, we'll be here later if you decide to come back. And the next one will be 3 double crochet. Come on, camera. show what I'm doing. I am from Ireland, originally from Finland, but living in Ireland at the moment, and been living here for some years now. Where are you from? 2 and 3 double crochet for this, and then chain 1, and this is gonna be the middle part. Oh, I'm in Cork. Half double crochets we'll do here, 3 as well, so everything in this round is made in 3s. And splitting yarn. And then 3 double crochets. And then a corner again. Nice! I have to admit, I've never been to Donegal. I've been around Ireland as much as possible, but Donegal, not yet. Ireland is a small country, but there's still a lot to see. So another corner we're making here, and after this I can show you how it starts to transform as a square rather than round or circle. So it will start looking like this. These are the corners, you see. So we will do this like 4 times, and then we have just a square which has a circle inside of it. And then we are gonna have a small coffee break. I have a coffee in a thermos mug next to me. And then we can have a little chit chat while we choose the next color for the next square, or colors. I was thinking about going with 4 colors for each, because this one will have 3 colors, but I kind of think, now that I look at it, that I would like the middle part to be different color as well, just to have more and more colors to it. How is the weather in Donegal? Because we have a great weather today here in Cork. But of course the storm is coming. I think we have a weather warning, like a real warning for tomorrow. Like it's gonna be a storm from 8 AM until the evening, I think. So I hope it passed before Monday, so kids can get to school and I can get to work. I also work tomorrow, but I will go in early, so it means that I can get to work before the storm starts, and how I will get home is a question mark. But I live in an area where floods are a common occurrence, like next to the water. So at least once last year my husband walked many kilometers home because there were floods and the cars and the buses were not able to go, but you could walk. The walkway was like not dry, of course, because it was a storm, but not flooded. So he walked home. I think it was like 6 or 7 kilometers, something like that. but I sincerely hope it's not that bad this time. And corner again done, so we can continue to making the middle parts, which is 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 half double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1. So this will be done in every side. Very easy to remember after you've done a couple. After you've done a couple, 2 and 3, and then we will do a corner again. That will be the last corner of this one. So triple crochet times 3, chain 3, and then triple crochet times 3 again. And that's every corner, and will be done in one space between the puff stitches of last round. That's 3, and now we will chain 3. More yarn. And then 3 double crochet to finish off the corner. Do you guys have some plans for Saturday? Weekend after all. Maybe you have some family time planned, or you're spending quality time with good food or wine, or maybe you're one of the people that goes to work on weekends. Or studies. And 3 half double crochets. And then we are closing the end of it. And we will do a round of single crochet just to finish it off, because I find it much neater than just... And again, I'm just making a loose knot here so I don't lose these. I will have to clean this up, but just to make sure that they stay in place. So chain 1, and then we will go with 3 double crochet before we head to the closing round. I could actually do this border as well with different color, but because I'm thinking of making a join that will be seen, that maybe that's a bit too much, because it's a very invisible round with just single crochet. And 3, and this round is just 1 for 1 stitches, so 3 single crochet in the corner, then 3 on top of the cluster, then 1 in between the clusters, and so on. So really nothing special, just to clean it up a bit, because I like it to look, you know, crisp. And it is also easier to attach and more pleasing to eye, because you can see here there's a little dips and everything. I'm too perfectionist to leave those there, so to finish it with 1 round of single crochet is something I do actually with basically every square I do. It was just 1, not 3 at this point. Do you have some work in progress going on? VIPs? As the season is changing, I find myself doing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger projects. So this is like my big mini project, if that's what you can say. So the end result will be something big, but each and every square is like a small single project. So I can just do as many as I wish, and then pick up something else if I get bored with these. The color changes will make this look a bit more interesting and versatile, but again, I was thinking about making a like a wall art piece with multiple different styles of squares. But to be honest, it is a bit hard to size the squares made with different techniques, so they easily end up being slightly different sizes, which makes it not so neat. Two and three. Of course, one could make such a crazy project that everything is intentionally different size, and then you just join them and then, you know, try to even it out with borders and stuff like that. But I think that's a bit too crazy for my liking. Have you ever made a sunburst square for any purposes? I've seen these used a lot for cardigans and blankets and also pillows, which is something that this could turn out to be in case I don't have enough motivation to do them all. But I try not to think about too much about Plan B project, because I want to think that I have the patience to do all 100 of these, a bit over 100 of these, and then join them. In my mind, I can do that. Except if I give myself a permission not to do it. All new faces are very, very, very welcome. I'm happy to see you here. Please ask away if you have any questions in the chat, and I'll try my best to answer if I know how to. And even if I don't, I will still try. We are coming to an end, so soon you'll be able to make a color suggestion. So if you want to have certain color worked, just let me know. I'll look for the options, because I have multiple skeins of the same color with different shades. This is what we did. I like the color combination. Hit me with the next one. So we will start with another one, and we will do this centerpiece, and I will show you a little bit about the stash I have. So there are many, 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 many colors. I think I might perhaps do one with some of the brown ones I have, as this is nice color, but I do have a lot of like nature colors here as well. Like something like this, a dark beige or light brown, whichever you wish. Maybe combine with... Nah, that's not good. Maybe combine with a darker brown. Something like this, maybe. Let's see if I can find... Maybe this is a bit too close as a color. I don't see the difference between these too much. Let's find something... No. Maybe we take a white one to pair with these. Too many yarns. Like this. Start with this. Then white. And then this. Yeah, let's try that one. So we can make something a little less colorful and then something very colorful again. These are very dusty. I told you I have these yarns for a very, very, very long time. So we will do the center with this one. I start with a magic ring again, and we will work 16 double crochet in the ring. One, two, and three, and this chain of 3 will be the first double crochet in our books. Make some room. This is my least favorite phase of the start, like the starting of anything for the magic ring is always a bit of a tricky thing to balance the yarns that are going everywhere. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I will always count at this point, because if I don't and I make a mistake, it will go with me until the end of the work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we can cut this yarn because we are moving on to the next one, which is white. Or white-ish. I think this is like off-white. Because I know for sure that I already used the pure white one that came with this package. And I will slip stitch this closed and go for the 1, 2, and 3. And this will be the cluster of half double crochet. Actually made that too long, so it looks ugly now. Let's take back a step and do that again. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through, and that's it. Then pull through everything and you have a cluster. And then we will chain one and do the same one 3 times here before we pull through all of them. My husband is sick. I can hear him. And then we will just move on to next one. So we will do this 16 times. So everything is 16 times in the first 3 rounds. This will actually be a pretty one. I don't know how it will sit with all the crazy colors, but that's the point. We're trying to make so many different ones that no matter how I join them, in which order, it will look good or crazy enough to look good. Oh, half double crochet. I know they call this also like a puff stitch, but I prefer to call it a cluster because there's really no puff or very little puff in it. Yeah, this is pretty. It's very hard for me to imagine at this point where I would like combine this and then this crazy green one and then this nature colored one, but I think it will start to come together once we actually start joining them and we have more of them. Now we have these 3. Took a little bit of coffee. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm contemplating sending my kids to store to get me something sweet. I don't know why, but I feel like I could eat actual candies right now, not chocolate, something nice. That's the best thing about having kids that are old enough to go to store by themselves, is that you can always send them to get something for you as well. Right, so now we need to change colors again. And we are going either with... I think I'm gonna go with the lighter one for this. And save the darker one for the end. And slip stitch that in place, and then we will slip stitch our way to the next between space, the next space between the clusters. I shouldn't think and speak at the same time. And this one will make a double crochet buff stitch with 5 double crochets. So we will do them halfway and leave them here, and then we will pull through each and every one of them at once, and that will make it a buff stitch. And then we will chain 2 in between to make sure we don't end up punching up the work, but we are growing it in every round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think we're gonna end up finding color combinations that actually look really good, and I wasn't even thinking of when I looked at these colors the last time. I was trying to decide which to use for my project. But this is starting to look very nice. These are like my colors, nature colors. The more colorful ones are something I use rarely. Four and 5, and then through everything, and then chain 2 and do it again and again. 16 times we're doing this. Four and 5. The funny thing is also, like, I have so many colors that I actually find differences between the colors. Some of them are easier to work with than others, which is kind of crazy, but I understand they are from different patches probably. There's slight differences in thickness, and also like some of them split very easily and some of them doesn't split that easily. One, 2. Two, 3. 4 and 5. Halfway done double crochet and then through everything at once. Chain 2 and keep going. And through everything. This is probably my favorite stitch in this project, or this square. You're starting to have enough of the square so you have something to hold on to while you do it. The yellow one wants to be worked next apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one as well. 3, 4 and 5 and chain 2. And 5 and pull through. Two, 3, 4 and 5. This is gonna be pretty. Three, 4 and 5. Maybe we do some blue. Blue is one of the colors I'm very bad at using in any project. I'm really not a fan of blue in general. I do like the color, but I just don't know how to use it. I don't know what to mix it with. If I mix it with yellow, it will remind me of everything Swedish. And if I put it together with green, I find it very hard to find matching shades. And with red one, I don't think it's fitting at all. So I just don't use it. I don't know. It's a bit of the same as like if you combine green and red, it always reminds you of Christmas. And even though, you know, you want to think something else, that's all you think of. And that goes with every shade of green and red together. Four and 5. 1, 2. And then this is the last one. 2, 3, 4 and 5. And usually at this point, if you've done a mistake, it won't lay flat. This lays flat nicely, so we can keep going. But if you have like too few, it usually starts to make something like this. But this is good. We have one more color for this one. So let's cut this and move to the next one, which will be the darkest brown we had. Let's make another one of these and then just slip stitch this one in. And then we will slip stitch our way to the next space between the clusters, and then we will start our corner. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We chain 4 and then we make 2 triple crochet, and the chains we made will count as the first triple. and then we will chain 3, which will be the actual turning point of the corner. Thank you, 6 creatures. Thank you. I better be good at it after all these years. I would be so sad if I wasn't. All the time wasted. You can still always be better, but you know what I mean. I learn new things all the time, but the basics, yeah, they should be there already. And from the corner we will move to the side, which is 3 double crochet, and then 3 half double crochet, and again 3 double crochet, which will make it look more square than round, because that's what we're doing. We are having a square with a circle. Oh, that went into the wrong place. With a circle in the middle. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet. Then we will make another corner, and we will start. We have started to create this square. Chain 1 in between all of them. And the corner is the triple crochet times 3, chain 3, and again triple crochet times 3 in the same chains. It might get a bit tight, but just make sure you've hit them in the same place. One, 2, and 3, and just keep going right next to the last one. Hello, I am making squares for a either wall hanging piece, or if I am able to make enough from the yarn I have, a blanket. I'm not sure yet, but this is what we're making. We're having different color combinations because we have 100 different colors. And now we're making a brown one. Thank you. I have so many colors that this is gonna get crazy, but we don't mind. This is a crazy project, so we're just gonna go with it. This is actually a pretty one, the one I'm making right now with brown colors. Maybe a bit too pretty for, for this one. And it's time for a side again, so we're making the double crochets, half double crochets, and more double crochets. Yeah, this would make a very cute cardigan. Luckily, because of this color bag I have, if I decide to go with these, I know exactly what colors to order right now. Yeah, but this is like a very nature-like bohemian colorway at the moment. This is a Sunburst square, so people make a lot of cardigans out of these. But I don't want to make a crazy cardigan because no one is going to use it. So that's why I'm making... I would like to say an art piece. Don't know if it qualifies as an art piece, but either a wall hanging decoration or a blanket. Depending on the amount of squares we're going to end up with at the end of this project. And it's gonna take a very long time to get ready as well, because I have yarn for at least 120 of these. in different combinations. And I like to think that we will not make 2 at the same color, so every single one of them has potential to be different. It's like, I show you. It's an endless supply of yarn. But it's fun. I have even more, but this is the yarn that I have in the same strength, like, so I can use it. This is a fingering weight, so quite small weight. So I have a hook 3.5 millimeters. This is from Amazon actually. And the yarns I use, sometimes I use expensive yarn, I can admit to that, but brands like Drops have yarn that is not like too expensive. This is cotton, so you can have this, you know, under €2 per skein. So it's not like, this is not the most expensive yarn, so it's not hundreds and hundreds of euros of yarn in front of me. Don't worry. And you can also, like, well, cotton is, like, I think affordable in general. The chunkier the yarn is, I feel like the more expensive it is. And of course, if you buy chunky yarn, your project will be ready earlier, but I always find it more enjoyable to work with the thinner yarns. You can make much more detailed projects with it, and it of course takes more time, but it's a hobby, so I'm not in a hurry to be ready. I have a way of like putting away projects, like if I get tired of them, I will put them in a bag with instructions and notes how far I got, and then I will continue them once I find the inspiration again. I know plushies are something which usually require yarn that is a bit more expensive than this one, but I know that people do like amigurumi pieces with cotton yarn as well, but it's not really a plushie, perhaps. I haven't tested. I made a baby Yoda with cotton yarn, but that's more like a piece to put on a shelf than something to sleep with. It's not very, very, very soft. Of course, it's good and it can be used for, you know, playing and stuff, but it's not that soft. But I know that the Chanel and all the other yarns that people use for plushies, those are, I find them to be a bit more expensive. And by the way, did you check the, yeah, I know, acrylic as well, but did you check they had some yarns at Aldi this week? That was, I think, affordable in their special section. They weren't the colors for me, but there were a lot of options and a lot of yarns, and I think they were like €2 per skein or something like that. So not too much at all, I think. And I will make a border for this with just a single crochet. One for each stitch, nothing complicated. I think it came out maybe this week or maybe... Yeah, I'm in Ireland. So, yeah, at least my Aldi had it. At least 2 of them that I visit regularly. You have to go in again. Yeah, they did have it. They had some acrylic, and then they had some blends, and they had like baby yarns and blanket yarns and stuff like that. Many of them. Though I don't know, maybe they... Oh, you haven't seen Aldi yet? Yeah, they have Aldi in Ireland. My nearest store is Aldi. So I go there often. Few months, where are you coming from? Croatia. I think I have one of my team members is from Croatia as well. But she's been here for like, I think she said like 18 years already, so that's quite a long time. One, two, and three. There's also like, I'm from Cork, there's also a lot of international students here. A lot of them. And then they have very hard time finding anywhere to live at, because we have a very huge need for apartments and houses, and the prices are through the roof. Like, it's crazy here. Crazy. You may have to pay 1,000 euros for a room. Just one room. I know the weather, but like, it's subjective. I'm from Finland originally, so for me the weather is actually like a positive thing in Ireland. Compared to Finnish weather, this is great. I'm fine. But I think that Croatia is quite sunny. So Ireland compared to that might be a bit different. And we are only going towards winter, so... And we have a first storm coming. I think tomorrow we have the first like autumn storm coming, which will mean floods and a lot of rain and a lot of wind. It's a bit bad season. Yeah! There can sometimes be even like minus 30 degrees. And a lot of snow everywhere. Everywhere. It's nice if you are on holiday, but if you live there, you get so fed up with it. Like, so fed up with it. I don't miss snow at all. And... I know, I also have to get to work tomorrow. And it's like, it's not even far. I think I have like maybe 6 or 7 kilometers to work. But where I live, this is the place where if it's flooding, I won't get anywhere. I will have to take a bike to get to work because the roads are flooded, so you can drive. But you can always bike or walk, but walking is a bit too much. But if it's like a proper storm, like if it gets really bad, of course the place where I work will be closed, so don't have to get in, but I hope it's not that bad. We had one flood last autumn, last year, that I think that the road to our house, like both ways, was flooded, like 48 hours or something like that. It was basically impossible to get to work at all. And also, it happens that because it is raining so hard, then you can't use an umbrella, so you just accept the fact that you're getting wet, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. It is ready! This is quite pretty, maybe too pretty for this project. Compared to these two. We have done 3, so we have 170 left. So let's get to the next one, and I said I'm gonna do something with the blue or bluish color because I am so afraid to use blue. So we will take, maybe we'll make a gradient one, so with light blue, something like this, and then we will go this, and this is a very dark blue, something like this. I know the umbrella is like, it's impossible. I need one more blue that is not too close to any of these. No, that's not it. Nor is that one. Nope. No. Oh, I have very light blue. This is actually better. Maybe this? Maybe this. Do I have what more white? Or maybe I have some like silver color. Nah, that's not good. This is what I mean by the blues. I don't know what to do with them. Or I could change the last color to be like purple. No, I will go gradient blue. That's what we'll do. I have a lot of blue because I never use it to anything. I think those are the same color actually. Yeah, let's go with that one. If I can't find even lighter or something in between, I don't think I have more than that. Actually, I found even lighter baby blue, so maybe we go with this. No, this is good. Now we just do it. I'm spending too much time checking it. And then we can make like a green gradient one. And then I was thinking about like at some point when I run out of good combinations that I can think of, I will go in blind and just pick something. Because at some point it will happen. That I don't have any good options left. In my mind, good options. There are good options, but in my mind, good options. So we will make like a light blue first round and then go darker by the round. And hopefully it will look pretty. I've been crocheting like at least 15 years. That's not enough. 20? Crochet became a huge hate when I was a teenager. In my early teens. I used to knit before that. And I still knit as well. But the crocheting blew up in Finland when I was teen. So it's been since then. I've had some breaks in between, but not too long. long break, so it's been a very long time. Which also means that I am old. Not too old, but old anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I like crochet because even though I've done it for a very long time, there's still like new things come out and new trends, you know, happen, and people start making different stuff. I like this, like granny squares are like huge hit at the moment. They have been for a while, but like 10 years ago nobody did any granny squares, you know, it wasn't a thing. And also this summer, like I noticed that there's a lot of like crochet wearable sold in all the stores. Like it's very trendy at the moment, crochet tops and shorts and stuff like that. This summer they were a huge thing. And I'm also making a lot of like household things, like art type of things. So not everything I do is per se useful, because I also like to do art pieces, like wall hanging pieces and stuff like that. One, two. But yeah, that's basically the best side, so you can do whatever you want by crocheting it. And also new things come out, so you will always have something to learn. Like I've been thinking about learning the Irish crochet, where they make like this more intricate pieces. But I'm not quite yet sure if I have the nerves for it. But I wanna try. I try almost anything. But I'm very happy that this granny square trend is here, because I do like to make the squares. I like to make the squares more than I like the actual projects. But that's just my mind, how it works. And also like the amigurumi trend is nice. I haven't hopped into that too much. Just the Baby Yoda, just to test. It was more to prove myself that I can do it than anything else. It's like you should check it out online. It's like your grandma's crochet type of thing. They make like small nice motifs, different sizes and different shapes, and then they join them to be one. And also I've been checking Tunisian crochet lately. That's also like a bit trendy at the moment. But not too much at the same time. It's like also my motto, so I want to be good at something I start learning before I hop on to the next one. And also like crochet is the best hobby ever, because you can do it wherever and whenever. You don't have to have too much time, so you can just squeeze in one like a square every now and then, and I was just making one square while I was waiting for my food to get ready. Or when I take a bus to work, I can crochet at the bus. Or when I watch TV, or basically whenever. And I like that freedom. So I don't only crochet every Thursday at 6 p.m. I can crochet whenever I want. And the next color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we're still in the correct amount. I sometimes make mistakes, and if I don't count, then I will have, when I start to make the corners and stuff, and then I don't have the right amount of paces to make it, then it's gonna be a disaster, and I have to frog the whole thing and do it again. And I don't like that at all. I also used to crochet at school, when I still was in school. I don't remember it being at least any kind of problem. People were interested in what I was doing and asked questions, but I don't think anyone minded. There's no voice coming out of it. It's not distracting in any way. Maybe this is gonna end up being a wall hanging piece, so then people can always, when they visit, they can choose their favorite one. And then I can be slightly offended if they don't pick something I like myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I find it to be like, even though I think that there's... Hello Bianca, and hello the one and only egg. Or EGG, I'm not sure. I don't find that crochet is a problem to anyone, but it's still, like, I think there's a lot of us that do this, but still in the bus I don't see anyone else doing it, so if someone notices, they might stare a bit or have some questions in their eyes, because not many people do it in public. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of course, but maybe it is something that people mostly do at home. I think this gradient is gonna be nice as well. So my goal is gonna change to make it so crazy that it's beautiful, to make it so beautiful that it's beautiful. But like, I have a lot of like purples, and then I have a lot of brownish colors which are not brown, and I have oranges and stuff like that, which I might not use, because I might as well use them for the mini pumpkins I was doing a couple of weeks back. Maybe. I am like the gateway drug to crochet for everyone. I teach my kids. I haven't been able to lure my husband enough it yet, but maybe I will. Yeah, but whenever someone is like asking, do you knit or crochet, I always tell them how nice it is, how fun it is, and what kind of stuff I've done with it. And I always offer to help them learn. If anyone wants to learn, I'm there. 100%. I also share them my YouTube channel. 4 and 5. You have yarn? Do you have a hook? It's time to make some crochet items. This is a sign. Definitely. This one belongs to that side. You should make a Sunburst granny square with me. What is your YouTube? I have the same YouTube that I have here in TikTok, so it's Jutta Liisa. And there might be, I'm not sure, but there might be a link in my TikTok profile. Not necessarily, but it's the same name as I use in TikTok. Most of the people watching my stream are in YouTube as well at the moment. So if you're wondering why I'm answering questions you don't see, they might be in TikTok or in YouTube. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And Sunburst granny square is what we're doing. The very basic one. No additions, no changes. I promise this is an easy one and you can easily remember this after you've done it a couple of times. And the project we're doing at the moment is a 120 of these squares, which will end up being, depending how I feel like at the moment when I have finished the squares, is either blanket or a wall hanging piece. And we have 120 of these at least to do. That's what I have yarn for. And that's because I'm using all of my so-called scrap yarn for this. So every yarn I have in my stash that does not have a planned use at the moment is in this pile in front of me, and they're gonna end up being part of this project one way or another. I have a lot of small skeins and end of skeins here. And then I also have a couple full 50 gram skeins that will probably end up being borders for this. Thank you! I love every new follower in YouTube. In TikTok as well, but you know I have a much larger following base in YouTube. One, 2, 3... 4 and 5. Getting there. I kind of like the blue one as well. Maybe I do a gradient green one next. Or then I do something completely different so that I don't get stuck with the idea of making only gradient sunbursts. Because I don't have that many of the same colors, so I can't only make gradient ones. Two, 3, 4, and 5. What is your current project at the moment? What are you making? Work in progress. VIP. Four and 5. Hey, I've seen those axolots in YouTube videos as well. I think they're highly popular at the moment, right? Are you selling them or keeping them? Yeah, a lot of people sell the plushies. I think there's quite many like those fairs in Ireland where you can sell them as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't sell at the moment anything I do because, well, I am keeping my job and my hobby separate. So we have the circle part ready, so we're going for the dark blue one for the edges. Yeah, I usually like visit the fairs because they sometimes have yarn for sale from local like coloring artists that make nice hand colored yarn or hand color nice yarn. And if I can afford it at the moment, I like to buy those ones as well. And my dream is also like at some point it would be very nice if I could spin and color my own yarn. But right now I don't have the space for it or the facilities in any way. But at some point that would be some aspect of this whole yarn thingy hobby that I would very much love to explore. Hi Melody. Nice. What are you crocheting at the moment? I am making Sunburst granny squares for some purpose that will be determined later. Blanket or a wall hanging decoration, whichever feels like the better option when I'm done with the squares. A lot of people sell the plushies like in Etsy or something like that, like Ready platform. I don't know if it works, but I've seen people who have successfully sold their creations. And I think Etsy is quite used in Ireland as well. I am very skilled at making websites, like especially e-stores. But I also know it's very hard to start from zero with like your very own website and start selling. It's possible, but it needs a lot of marketing. A lot of marketing. So it would be very beneficial to be very popular in either in YouTube or TikTok, or I don't think so. Like, you saw yours at school. Yeah, but I think that if you're not like, if you're making a piece every once in a while, you usually find someone who is willing to buy it from, you know, from your own circles, like schools and workplaces, friends and family type of thing. My friends and family don't usually pay, or they pay for the yarn, but that's it, because, you know, I have a full-time job elsewhere, so this is just a hobby, and that also gives me the opportunity to say that I don't want to do something if I don't want to do it. Like, not every project is something I feel like I want to do, or I have time to do, or is inspiring me to do. But I think Etsy takes some money, but I have checked the price, but it's been a couple of years, so I will not say anything to that. But yeah, it will cost some money, but having your own website will also be expensive, so depending on how much a person sells, I think. And some also have like a TikTok shop where they sell. That's somehow possible as well. Nope, I was supposed to do a half double crochet for this. But yeah, for example, this year, everything I've done has been used either by me or my kids. So, and now we are heading to winter season, which means I will be doing a lot of socks and stuff like that, so they will be used until they have holes in them, which is the case with my own socks at the moment. But of course I do things for myself at last, so everyone else gets what they need first, and then it's me. But also, like, these more arty projects are something that I do like for myself. Like the wall hanging pieces and stuff like that, they are for my home because I like them. So even though everyone gets to enjoy them, they are made for me. So I count them as projects I made for myself. And also I want to keep this fun for myself, which is, it's okay if people watch my videos in YouTube, and it's like, it's the goal that I can help others and inspire others to make this as well. And if that pays me some euros at some point, that's great. That's wonderful. But I'm not here to fully, like, if I was to sell this, what I'm doing right now, and I would like to have a living wage out of it, like if this was my main job, this thing would be so expensive that I can't imagine anyone buying it. The amount of hours that you have to put in some of these projects is ridiculous. And then again, as I said in the beginning, I chose this yarn and this style and this square, even though it takes more time, because I like it. So it wouldn't be very fair for myself if I only make projects that I can whip up fast to minimize the time I use on them and maximize the money that I make of them. So yeah, the pricing is, it's a complex thing. It's a complex thing. And also, like, people who don't do this, they might not understand that making like a blanket, it depends. If you use a very chunky yarn, it could take you 2 days, and if you use very light yarn, it could take you 2 weeks. And sometimes people who don't know anything about crochet don't understand that maybe somebody that is their neighbor or something like that made them a blanket with like $20, and you were like, yeah, with $20 I can't even have the yarn for the blanket. So are you taking some crochet with you to the plane, Rudy? Because I've been thinking about it, like, what are the limits with hooks and stuff like that? I don't know if there is any. I haven't had any long distance flights lately. I can't imagine killing someone with this more than with a pencil, so I suppose it's okay to take it with you to the plane. Are you taking the whole blanket or something smaller? They are so tight with the carry-ons at the moment, I think. I just went to London this summer, and you can only take a carry-on that was like 25 centimeter times 40 centimeter times 25. It was a very small. Hello, Edina. Very small bag, but that was Ryanair, of course, so it's it's Ryanair. They have their own set of rules. Yeah, smaller. Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, right, I didn't even think about cutting the yarn. Maybe you can take some nail clippers or something like that. Most of the yarn would be okay. Oh, can you even take nail clippers to a plane? I really haven't thought much about this. We are thinking about flying over to US next summer, so maybe I have to find out. Or you have to just take a project where you don't have to cut the yarn. That's also an option. We were thinking about visiting Boston, and that's about 6 hours of flying, approximately. So it would be nice to have something to do. I love the things people crochet to their like pets. They are so freaking cute. Like small dogs and cats. I always wanted to visit Boston, like all the east side of the US in general, New York as well. It feels appealing, don't know if it is, but it feels like I could like the place. Do you have a theme for this suit for your cat? I've seen like somebody made like a bee suit for their puppy dog, and it was so cute. I don't have any pets at the moment, but I could have one just so I could make some nice things. There are so many places in the US and in the world in general I would like to go to. I've been very widely in Europe, in different countries, but different continents, not so much. I would also like to visit, like, Japan is on our list. That would be very nice. One place I don't want to visit is Australia, but I would still love to visit New Zealand because apparently they have far less dangerous animals there. Christmas vibes, nice. I think I have to make one of these in the Christmas colors as well. Like white, red, and green. And maybe I'll make one that is like fall colored. Some greens and oranges, maybe some burnt red if I find. This is like a winter color. This and this are a bit too similar colors. In person there's a bit more difference than in the picture, but there should have been a bit more. Maybe I should have listened to you and put this in a white and then this. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Australia is scary. Scary as hell. I don't think I ever go there. I don't think so. Like, nope. And a lot of Irish people go there. Like, a lot of them study there and or spend a year working there or something like that. And I'm like, nope. Nope, nope, nope. I would like to see it, but I don't know how I should, like, dress like some protective suit or something to feel like I'm safe. Our neighbors are from Australia, and I was telling the mother that I saw a false widow spider in our window, and we killed it, but just to let her know that there are, you know, in the area. It's not hugely dangerous, but it's the most dangerous spider in Ireland. And she was like, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Must not be too scary for a person from Australia. And it might be a very stupid fear, but still, I don't think anyone can convince me to go there. And I feel like it would be easier if you were born there and you knew all the, you know, actually dangerous spiders and snakes when you see them, but I would be like afraid of everything that moves because I don't know which ones are the actually dangerous ones and which just look scary but are harmless in other ways. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know if I have an actual phobia, but it was like when we moved to Ireland or decided to move here, I for real googled the most dangerous spiders and snakes in Ireland before I moved here. And I was positively surprised that there's actually like one spider that, you know, might give you some symptoms if it bit you. So, yeah. And also in Finland, I think we have a couple of snakes that can actually cause some damage if they bit you. I've seen a couple of them, but then again, I know them when I see them, so you can usually stay away. But I don't know if Finland has any dangerous spiders. I don't think so. Yeah. I'm okay with the no spiders, no snakes thingy. It's completely fine. Do they have in Croatia? Do you have like any dangerous animals? One more done. I think I'm gonna make one fall color now because I saw this one and this is screaming fall. And then I'm gonna pair it with this one, right? Yeah, that's about the same that Finland. Oh, Finland also like have wolves and bears, both. But the most dangerous animal, I think it's like an elk, if they are causing a lot of damage with cars and stuff. So this needs some like nice green, I think. This one. And we need 4th color. Pet snake! Yeah. I will... Yeah. Pet snake is too much for me as well. What is the 4th color we're putting with this one? Like if we think about fall. Do you need like a brown one? But we need a 4th one. So do we find... That's not good, that's too light. But we could put like brown one. What's this? How about this one? Yeah. Yellow? I don't know if I have a correct side of a light yellow. Wow. No, absolutely not. Then I have this one. That's not good. No. Also too bright. I think I'm gonna go with the brown one. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with the brown one. I should have an active moderator listening to what I'm saying. So for my husband, my coffee cup is empty. So if you are listening to me, please make someone make me another cup of coffee. I would be very happy. Your cat is listening to me talk. Is she listening in like... Thank you. Does it seems like it's is it like, is she shocked or interested or like something else? Thank you. I will start with the brown one. I don't have any pets. We are renting at the moment and our landlord does not allow any pets, unfortunately. So we don't have any. Confused. I don't know if that's a good one. I used to have a cat when I was a child. We lived in the countryside, so they were like one of those cats that you have in every house in the countryside to catch mice. I had one of those. Yeah, it's very normal, I think, here that the landlords do not allow pets. Like we used to have neighbors from Poland, so they had to leave their dogs back home in Poland until they could find a house that allows pets as well. So it took them 1.5 years to find one that allowed the dogs to come in as well. So it's like, I understand, but yet again, I don't. Not all the pets are the same. I've been thinking about, like with the kids, we've been thinking about like maybe something like, you know, fish. Maybe. I don't think if that gives as much joy as the furry friends, but I think that would be something that the landlord would accept. Because we do like animals a lot. And we used to have dogs back in Finland. but that's a long time ago. Like a very long time ago. Yeah, I could ask for hamster as well. Something. Just something they can learn to take care of. That's like my main point. Something to take a bit of responsibility over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. I always count when there's 14. I don't know why. Just coincidence, probably. Lizard is also something we've been thinking about, but I think you have to feed them a like some bugs that are still alive, right? I have this like idea that you have to, for lizards, you have to feed them something that is alive. I'm not sure if that's like even true, but and I will go in with the, I think this is called burnt red. The camera makes it a bit lighter than it's actually quite dark. Fish are very difficult to take care of, believe it or not. I do believe it. I never had a fish. Thank you. I got some more coffee. Yeah, it's also something like, of course, as an adult in the household, you are the one that is mainly responsible for the animals, but I still feel like when I was a child and taking care of the cats of the farmhouse, it gives you like a certain skills when it comes to responsibilities, like you at least think about the things and how they affect, you know, animals and stuff. But yeah, so far, as long as we're renting, it's probably not possible. And also, because we live in Ireland, I don't think that there's any way we would ever be able to afford to buy a house from here. Because the prices at the moment are ridiculous. And I mean ridiculous. You have to pay $500,000 for even the basic family house. So, that's, I don't know. At the moment, I feel like it's out of the question. We live in a very great place. Otherwise, I love this house. Scrolling through live streams for people that crochet, I find that sometimes, at least the times I'm awake and the times I scroll through YouTube or sometimes in TikTok, there are, I think, people who crochet more, but it's very hard to find from YouTube people that are live and crochet. So, but I usually like to join other people's lives as well and talk this and that, whether it's like whether it's pets or the weather or where people live, but you know, it's just nice. And this makes like you, when you stream, you're live and you make your project, you just accidentally happen to make like your done so many that you didn't even realize you were making so many. And you feel like you're not even doing anything. Just hanging out with friends. That's how it feels. While crocheting at the same time. And also if I try to go live at least like once a week to have like something done. But sometimes I do it more often. If I have like planned that I will crochet like, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours, or have some free time, might as well pop in here and do it with all of you. And as you said, crocheting with other people is fun. Friends, family. And even strangers. The chance is that if they crochet, they are good company. Hello! Is it Istabrak? The pronouncing the names is something I always try to do, but you know, not always that successful. Do we go with the green or the yellow one? Next. This color is beautiful, by the way. I like the red one. Yellow, yeah. Yeah. Everyone says yellow, so we go with yellow. I believe you. Both YouTube and TikTok voted yellow. Oh, I love coffee. Way too much, but I just love it. I drink too much coffee in general, and especially when I crochet. I try to sometimes have some tea as well, but it's just not as good. Nothing is. I drink a little less coffee during the summer, but when the autumn rolls in, I work at Aldi. You can be nosy. That's why I know there's yarn in there. That's why I know it's in there. No, it's not a secret. So a retail worker. Four and 5. This is a good combination. These are like my colors. I love the autumn colors so much. Like out of these I could make myself like a cardigan or scarf or something like that. Four and 5. No, 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 no. Or I mean, yeah, if you don't like it, every job is hard if you don't like it. But I do like my job. Do like the flexibility. I want. I used to work in tech. That was not fun. It's the glorified picture of 9 to 5 that many people have, but that's actually very, 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 very boring. I don't like it. Yeah, I think like working in retail is like... I don't think that people who don't like it should necessarily do it. It can be very, very tiring. There are like people who even find it depressing. I don't. There's a lot to do and the days go by fast. Or I need one more. What I don't like very entertaining is sitting in front of a computer and, you know. Yep, absolutely you have to go back to crocheting. Especially now that the winter is coming. It's a perfect time to start making things that will keep you warm and are beautiful. Four and 5. And once you've spent a while in some... Yeah, it's like... Yeah, I know many students working retail. I used to work in retail back when I was a student as well. But I have been able to test out different careers, like different type of jobs over the years quite much. And at the end, I went back to retail because even though it's not all rainbows and sunshines, nothing is. Before I went back, I used to just type and click away in computer all day long. I didn't find that very nice. But some might say that it's their dream job, so it depends on the person, I guess. These lives are the gateway back to crocheting. You just have to watch it a little bit and then you're like, yep, I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna do it too. And crocheting is a nice hobby because even if you take a break, you can get back to it quite easily. Maybe you have to do some refreshing, but otherwise this is like driving a bike or a car. You just don't forget it completely, so it's easy to get back to it. Trust me, I've taken breaks as well. At times I used to knit more if I have projects that are better fit for knitting than crochet. Those are the big projects, like I'm making a big long cardigan for my daughter. That is something that would take me ages to crochet, and I wouldn't like the end result because I don't want any holes in it. I want it to be smooth all around, and you can crochet smooth, but it will take you so much time that it makes no sense. So I am knitting that one. And also socks is something I knit rather than crochet. But I enjoy crocheting much more than knitting. I do watch shows at times. It depends what I'm doing. Some of the projects are like, for example, the tapestry project, where I have to follow the chart. I don't want to watch any shows while I do that, because it's just not possible to divide my attention that way. If I make something very simple, I am watching at the moment with my daughter we started the Walking Dead series. We started from the very beginning. Now we're at the season 2. And apparently there's 11 seasons at least to watch. So that will take us a while to catch on. I like to choose series I haven't watched at all and have multiple seasons to watch. So we don't have to look for something new to watch every week. Yeah, but The Walking Dead is what we're watching at the moment. And I do crochet while we watch it. And then I also like watch a lot of YouTube videos, usually about crochet though. Usually about crochet. We have one more to go. Hello. Hello from Ireland. We are at Ireland too, or I am. We all are almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we are making Granny Square. This is a Sunburst Granny. At the moment we've made a couple of colors already, and one single color. This was my test piece, and these will be part of a project which end use is not determined yet. It depends how they are all looking at the moment. We are finished. We have a lot of colors, 109 to be exact, different colors here waiting to be used. Scrap yarn, end of project, surplus, and everything like that. Yeah, it does look a little bit like that. That song in TikTok, the I'm working late because I'm a crocheter, it's very truthful. I sometimes crochet way too late because I'm like, I'm almost at the end. I will finish this one row more, or I will go like, yeah, one more round, you know, and then it's a bit too late in general, but still I do that. And now we have the green as the last one. This might look like a flower at the end. So we have the middle, and then we go for the green. Go for the green at the edges. I like the color. Very, very pretty. One, two. And we go straight to the corner. I like to start with the corner. I don't know why. You could start at any point of this round. Doesn't really matter. But I usually just go for the corner. Corner right away. 2 and 3. And another 3 triple crochets. I'm sorry if I am confusing you. I use the US terms while I crochet because I never actually learned the UK terms. And the US terms just make more sense when I am translating in my head the terms from Finnish to English. So it makes more sense to me to use the US terms rather than the UK terms, even though I live in Ireland and I think they use here the UK terms mostly. Not sure, but I think mostly. But me, US terms every time. I always try to remember to say that I was supposed to make a half double, not double. I try to say that aloud every once in a while, so that if someone is copying me and doing the same thing, you don't get too confused. Playing trumpet. That's quite rare, I would think. I don't know anyone who plays trumpet. Nope. Nothing comes to mind. I know people that play... Okay, now I have twisted yarn. But I'm not gonna cry though. That's my own fault. I'm making these squares, which will end up being either a blanket or a wall hanging piece. Don't know yet, it depends. I'm making different colors, like color combinations from the scrap yarn I have. So we will see. I will just do a lot of them. I have yarn for at least 120 pieces of these. So we will see which will be the... Well, when they're ready, I will put them together and see how it looks and decide where the end use will be. But I think it's gonna be a bit crazy, but I hope it's gonna be a bit crazy in a good way, if you know what I mean. I don't usually do a lot of colorful work, so this is like an exception to me. Thank you, Mocha. So I try to go out of my comfort zone so that I can get all of this yarn used. So I don't have yarn just laying around without any plans or purpose to use them. And this color box has been sitting on my shelf for a very long time. There's always been something else that I wanted to do. So I decided that this would be a perfect project for the lives, because you people can help me decide the colors, as I find it sometimes very difficult to make good combinations. Even though I see the colors in front of me, I still, I just don't know. I know the things that fit together, but then there are things that fit together in general, but not necessarily in my eyes. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, the brown one is like... Oh, well, the blue one is pretty. It gives like a wintry thingy, but blue is just not my color. This one is so pretty that I think it's even too pretty for this project. But these two make a quite great pair, to be honest. Like, these are my colors. And then we have this, which is also pretty, and the colors go well together, but it's also like a blue type of thing. It is also not my color, but it doesn't mean it's like ugly or anything. It's just not what I would have chosen. And that's why I need you, so I can have all of these, like... there is a pattern online for this. This is called the Sunburst square. Thank you, Rudy. That came in a bit late, but you see, it's here. Thank you. So this is, yeah, let's do that again. Sunburst square. It's very, very, very popular. You can find many patterns online for it. But Sunburst, use that when you're searching for it and you will find it. So yeah, we also made like single colored ones, but I find this to be extremely boring and it doesn't make justice for the actual like square. It looks dull, one colored. A giant hawk. Where are you living? I don't know if there's any hawks where I live. My music is actually gone. I just realized I had music. Let's put some new one. So you don't have to listen to me breathe when I'm not talking. Not that it isn't nice, but you know what I mean. And corner piece. I think we're going to make this project on lives for a few weeks. I will probably make some squares on my free time. And then you can help me with the rest of the colors when I come live. So you can see what I've done and where we at. And of course, these colors I'm using, I'm not using them all. So it's like under half a little skein here for this one, and you know, we have to go for second rounds with these. And as I said, I will try to end up in a situation where we don't have two similar ones, so every single one of them should be or could be or would be unique. So that's what we're trying. So even though there's the same colors would be used in two different squares, the squares would be different, if that makes sense. I hope I could, like, that would be sensational if you could teach your cat how to crochet. And then, you know, he would just make you some granny squares. That would be brilliant. Maybe I should let your cat choose the colors. It was nice to meet you, and hopefully we'll meet again next week. It will be Saturday again next week because I'm working on Sunday. And I usually try to go live on Sundays. But if I'm working on Sundays, it will be Saturday. And if I am working the whole weekend, which is not very often, then I will probably skip altogether. Depending how I feel. Or if I have long shifts or short ones. This will be the last one. We will have a little coffee moment after I finish this. And then I will say my goodbyes and we will get back to it later. I have some days off next week if I don't pick up extra shifts, so we might make an extra live for the tapestry project, which I haven't had much motivation to do. So the medicine for that is to, you know, guys, I think I make a mistake with this one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. We messed it up. I messed it up. You didn't. So what happened here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I missed one of the red ones, which means that we only have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 of the clusters and puff stage, which means we are not able to finish this one. So let this be a teaching for myself and all of you that you should count. I did count with my last square, but I didn't count with this one, so I will have to go back and fix it. So with that disappointment, I think it is good to end the stream, and I will fix this probably. So what we end up finishing was this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, all different colors and color combinations. And yeah, we'll be back doing more, and I will be asking you about the colors and the color recommendations and stuff like that. So stay tuned next weekend when we will do this again. If you didn't subscribe or follow, please do that now so you will get notified when I am back. And have a great weekend.